So, hello everybody. Hello everyone. Hello Vedant, how are you? You mute your mic. Vedant, your mic.
Yes, I'm good. I'm good, Andrew. How are you?
Not bad. I'm just in the space. Take a look at these guys. I see you are in somewhere in the sea.
Yes, I am. Just getting the feels of it.
Very good. So thank you, Vedant, for doing that session today for our colleagues, for the Liquid Galaxy community. So let's introduce ourselves for a few seconds. I am Andrew Ibanez, you know me. I'm the administration. That's my colleague Claudia Adiosan of the Liquid Galaxy community, Liquid Galaxy project. And today we have Vedant with us. Vedant was a student, a contributor last year, and this year is starting as a mentor. And I would say it's not the first session, it's something like the third session we have this year, but this is the first on the what we call training session. We are going to start showing to the future contributors, students, and so on, different technologies regarding directly to our Liquid Galaxy project or technologies you can use with our Liquid Galaxy. Today is, I will say, is a coding, live session coding with Vedant. Then we'll show you how to make your app control the Liquid Galaxy. That is a very direct thing to our Galaxy thing. Is that right, Vedant?
Yes, it's very simple, and I will show you it in a very practical way, and it is going to be very simple and understandable for you.
Very important because that's the point that a lot of contributors and students ask. Oh, and how I will connect my Flutter or whatever kind of application I have to the Liquid Galaxy, and this is a good point. Let me try to find some special bear I have here over there. Take a look, little dash for the Flutter thing.
Yeah,
As
yes,
plenty of students wants to do things with Flutter, and today also we are just having our new Flutter Jada community logo is here in the streaming because we are starting the different activities, and when we have these activities related with Flutter technology, we will be showing the dash and the Flutter logo we have. So, with that, I'm going to leave the mic for you. Thank you again for taking your time to train your colleagues and future students and so on. And go ahead.
okay, yes. So everyone, uh, I hope you are good. I hope you are doing good. So today's session is. I hope Andrew has given my introduction very well, and you have understood everything. So this session is going to be about how to make your app control the Liquid Galaxy. So what we are going to do is basically connecting your Android device, any application you have made in Flutter, Kotlin, or Java, and you can connect it to the Liquid Galaxy rig and communicate with the Liquid Galaxy rig, send commands to it. What kinds of command are we talking about? We are talking about Linux commands. Okay, so it is going to be very simple and understandable. I will not take you too much into the depth. I will only explain you what is required. Okay, so it will be just restricted to Liquid Galaxy and not very much into the technicalities and difficult stuff. So let's continue. So the first question that arises is, how do we communicate with the Liquid Galaxy rig via our Android apps? So the answer is SSH. What is SSH? SSH stands for Secure Shell or Secure Socket Shell. It is basically a network, it is a secure line of communication between your Android device and your Liquid Galaxy rig. It is, we are not going into the technicalities, so you don't need to be afraid of the word. It is very simply explained in text on your screen as well. And to be honest, it's very simple. It's just communication between your Android device and the Liquid Galaxy rig via a secure line. Okay, and the commands will be sent from your Android device to the Liquid Galaxy rig. Which kinds of commands will be sent? Linux commands. Only shell commands can be sent. Okay. So the next thing we need to know is uh, the basic architecture of the liquid galaxy system. So, just a second. Yes. So, the architecture of the liquid galaxy system is, uh, you know, there is a master machine and there are several slave machines, and you can sync all of these machines so that they can display a very immersive view of any app you are using. Let's say Google Earth. In we mostly use Google Earth, so yes, Google Earth. So it is a very simple master slave architecture, but you also need to know how does the master and the slaves communicate with each other. I hope you can see my cursor right here on the screen. So the middle screen is always, in almost all cases, the master machine. Okay, and this is a vague view of how the master and slaves are arranged. This is the master machine. This is slave number one, slave number two, slave number three, slave number four. Okay, which are named LG2, LG3, LG4, and LG5. Okay, now these can be of any amount. You can have any number of screens. So in case of three screens, let's say we are talking about only these three screens. So the numbering will be that this is the master machine, this is the slave number one, and this is the slave number two. It's very simple. From the view of a person who is looking at the liquid galaxy rig, the rig in the middle will be the master. The rig on the right to it will be the first slave, and the left will be the second slave. The most important part, the master machine communicates with all the slave machines using the NAT network. NAT stands for Network Address Translation. It is nothing, it just takes the IPs of the machines, the slave machines, and converts it into local IP addresses, and which helps in communication between the master and slave. That is all you need to know. You do not need to dive into the technicalities. Okay, you might have also seen this NAT network when you were setting up your liquid galaxy rig, right? So the rigs communicate with each other using the NAT network. Now this entire rig is communicated using the NAT network, but the uh, your Android device and your liquid galaxy rig is being communicated with using SSH. Okay, you need to keep these terms in your mind. Okay, your SSH cannot mess with your NAT network. Okay, you need to keep both of these separate, because if you get both of these concepts tangled up, you'll be not actually in a trouble, because you can't actually mix them. But yes, so the next question is, how does communication between Android app and Liquid Galaxy Rig take place? Remember, this is the communication between the screens, the systems in Liquid Galaxy system, and this is the communication between your Android app and your Liquid Galaxy Rig. So I told you about how these screens communicate with each other. Now your Android device will work with this screen with the Liquid Galaxy Rig using SSH. I already told you about SSH. It is very simple. It is just a way of communication between your Android device and the Liquid Galaxy Rig. Very simple. What we will be doing, we as developers will be doing, we will be sending bash commands, shell commands to the to the master machine specifically. Okay, we will not be communicating with the slaves directly. We will be communicating only with the master machine, and the master machine will be communicating using the NAT network with the slaves. You need to understand it. Okay, it's very simple. You need to understand it. It's important. It's okay. So yes, that's about it. So we will be sending Linux shell commands to the master machine, and the master machine will communicate the same with the slaves. So let's explore how we can practically implement SSH in a Flutter project through a demo project. So okay, it's this is a link to a demo project. Okay, listen to me. If you want, you can also clone this repository and practice with me. Okay, and I believe this is live, so please do not leave right now. Okay, I want you to practice with me later on when this is a recorded video. So let's click on it. It's very simple. Let's go there. It's just a GitHub repository, and what you will be doing, what you can do is simply clone this repository, right? I hope you know about clone. If you do not, there is another event coming up in which um, there will be another event of Liquid Galaxy coming up on which there will be an introduction to Git and GitHub, and they will be teaching you some basics and some advanced concepts of GitHub, of course. So be sure to attend it. Okay, so you can clone it. Right now I have cloned it in front of me. Okay, I also have the Liquid Galaxy rig. I only have the master machine right now because I don't want to put too much pressure on my system. But we will also be using the slaves later on in the in the event. Okay, so we are here. We are in our IDE. This is Android. I'm using Android Studio, and I have emulator. This is it. So this is a very basic app. This is the UI of it. There are 6 buttons to control the Liquid Galaxy rig. This is a flag which tells us whether the Liquid Galaxy rig is connected with our Android device or not. And there is a settings button. When we go into it, we can configure the details of the client to which we want to connect. Our client, what is our client? The Liquid Galaxy rig. So we want the Liquid Galaxy rig's IP, LG, I mean username, password, SSH port, which will always be 22 in most cases. I think it should be 22 only because SSH uses 22 port number 22 for secure transmission. Yes, and the number of rigs will be 3 in our case. If you are on a legit Liquid Galaxy rig with multiple screens and not using any virtual machines, then of course, if you have 5 screens, you can put in 5 screens or 7 screens or whatever number of screens you have. I hope you have seen the pictures of Andrew with all the rigs, many machines, right? So right now these buttons don't work. Why? Because we haven't put in the logic in it, okay, which we will now be doing. Okay, let's go to the home screen of this application and go back or back into our ID. Okay. Mhm. Okay, so this is kind of a beginner project, to be honest, and as I have planned it to be for someone who is going to follow along the steps, this is where I have laid down all the steps. Okay, these are to dos. So in Flutter, there is something you call to do. Like for example, if you comment this a line, right, and you write TODO all in caps, it will become a to do. Okay, and then it will appear here in to dos. So you can have a look at all the to dos which are available for you. Yes. Okay. So these are all the expanded ones. Okay. We do not need this Android. Okay. Yes. So I have numbered each of the to dos. Okay. For your ease, of course. So let's start with to do number one. So the to do number one is in pubspec.yaml right here. Okay. So the to do number one is add dart ssh2 package from the link. Okay. It's very simple. Let's check out what this is. Here it is. So as you know, Flutter uses packages, right? So this is a Dart package for SSH connection. It's very simple. You don't need to go into the bits. Just go here, copy the link. I hope you have understood what is the meaning of SSH. If yes, then you don't need to go into the bits and pieces of this package. We will be going into it later on in our event. Okay. You copied it, right? Very simple. You go here, paste it. Very simple. Then you run pub.get. Yes, chain 7 dependencies. Okay, got it. Now we have all the packages. We go back. To do one is done. Okay, so we just we'll just type here done. Okay, so that we are not confused later on. So to do one is done. Let's go to do 2. Right here. Okay, now we'll import. We already got the dependency, so we'll ignore this. Yes, so import data ssh2 packet. Let's import it. Dart ssh2. Got it. Now it's unused, that's why it's in gray. But mhm, right here, we'll type done as we are done with this step. Now to do number 3. Okay. So this is the third one. Now we need to write the code for connecting our Android device to our client, which is the Liquid Galaxy system. So I have the code with me right now, but I don't want to give it to you directly, right? So what I wanted to do is pause this video. If you are live, just keep watching. But if you are watching a recorded video, just pause this video, okay? And here is the link, okay? But I'll not go into the link. I'll go directly. Uh, it will be better if I show you how to go there directly because you cannot click the links in the video. In the package page, you'll go down right here, example. Okay, so you'll open the example page. I mean the example code and the execute code. Okay, so the example code will be the implementation of data ssh2 package to connect with the client, and the execute code will be to execute a Linux command. Sorry, I mean shell command on the client. Okay, so I hope this is, yes, exactly, this is example package. So this is the kind of code we require. Okay, so let's go into the bits and pieces. Just a second. Okay, So this is the same link to the code. Okay, you don't need to be curious about it anymore. This is the same thing here, right here. Okay, so don't be curious about it. Yes. So our task is to connect to the liquid galaxy rig. So according to this, right? Okay, okay. So I have, of course, initialized some variables for you already, like the host, the port. The host will be the IP. Okay, just let me clear that. The host will be the IP address of the client. The port will be 22 always in most cases. But as we are taking the input from user, it will be a variable. The username, in our case LG, password, in our case LG, number of rigs 3. Okay, I have also initialized, I mean declared an SSH client. Why? Because this here is an SSH client, right? So we have already declared it right here. So I'll just uncomment it and use it right now. So what's its name? Underscore client. Okay, underscore client. Okay. SSH client. See, I'm trying to be just like a beginner. I have the code with me. Okay, I can just copy and paste it. I can just reuse the code, but I'm trying to be a beginner here, so I'm going back and forth. You, I hope you do the same. You can go back and forth from the GitHub page and back to the studio and try to understand the code. Okay, so this is the socket. What is the socket? Let's see. SSH socket connect. Okay, so we have to enter the host. Now this is localhost. In our case, it will be an IP. Remember, I told you that host is the local, the IP address. Okay. So let's copy and paste this. Code reusability is never a bad thing. So yes, we'll copy and paste it, and in place of local host, we'll be putting in host. Okay, and the port will mostly in all cases be 22, but as we have to take input from the user, it will be a variable. What I think there's a problem here. The argument type string can't be assigned to the parameter type int. Okay, no problem. We'll convert it. What, I think now it would work fine. Yes, okay. Maybe yes. Right. Okay, try to, I'll just see. Okay. Just rearrange it a bit. It will be easy for me then. Okay. Yes. Yes. So the next thing is username. Username in our case will be the username variable, of course. Yes. And password request. On password request, we have the password, okay, but we will be using the password. Okay, so it is on password request. Now, in some cases, authentication is required. That's why we have on password request. But we are also assuming that if authentication is not required, then we don't need the password, right? So why would the packer, the password be sent to it, right? So this is a function for it. If the password is asked by the client, only then we will return the password. Okay. So let's also address this one on password request. Um, okay, in our case, if the password is requested, we already have the password, right? It was here. Password or key. Okay. So in case the password is requested, we'll return password or key. So yes. I'm back. Yes. So hmm, I think this is right. This looks just right. Let's check again. We have the socket right here. We have the socket right here. This is a socket. Yes. We have the username. We have the on password request. On password request. Okay. In this case, they are taking the input right there and then from the user. That's why it is counting the input. I mean, parsing the input. Yes. So step 3 is done. Done. Okay. Good. We're going good. Yes. Now we have to echo a command, demo command, to search LiDAR. Now, of course, if the function for connection with the client is established, we need to send a command. So this is a demo command. This is, just let me make it clear that this is the SSH file where we are just defining the functions. Okay, this is not a normal file, a UI file where all the widgets are stored. In this file there are no widgets. Okay, in this file there are only functions for the SSH connection. Okay, do not be worried, it's very simple. Yes, do not be confused about why this function is. I will explain you. Okay, this right here we are using a demo command. Okay, we are trying to make a demo function, a function which can send a demo command. What will be the demo command? To search LiDAR. You know where LiDAR is, right? It is the main Liquid Galaxy lab. LiDAR is in Spain. Yes. So we will echo the Liquid Galaxy. We will echo, print search LiDAR in tmp/query.txt. This is the file where your queries or your commands will be sent. In the Linux file system, in the Liquid Galaxy file system, this is the file where you will send most of the command. Okay, not all. Remember that. We will learn more about it. Yes. Let me just make it clear that this command, this function, we will be using just a second, right here. See, you can see two buttons. This is the connect to LG, where we will be using this function, which is connect to LG, in order to connect with the rig. And down, just below it, we will be using this function, execute function, which we will be using to send a demo command. Send the demo command right here. Okay, if we click on, we will be adding that function to this button. So I have committed this, commented this. Let's comment it out back again. Yes. So okay, now we will be going back to the example. Oh, this is an example file, right? Oh, yes. Oh, okay, 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 okay. Sorry, sorry, sorry. I'm very sorry. Yes. Oh, so we were copying or reusing the code of the connection with LG from the execute file and not the example file. But the code is pretty much the same, right? Because in case of example, also in case of the execute file, also you have to connect first of all. Yes, so it's pretty much the same. We don't need to worry about it. Next session await client execute. Okay, it is session variable clearly sending in async command. So basically, execute is the method we will be using on the client. Just a second. Let me check if the stream is all right. Yes. So execute is the command which we will be using to send the shell command to the client. Okay. Yes. So we'll go back down here. Alright. Mm, What I'm thinking right now is what we should return, because we are supposed to return an SSH session here. Let's see. According to this, we will be returning nothing. Okay, we'll just return this session because, oh yes, this is the SSH session. So we'll be returning this. Yes, final. Let's call it result or uh, execution result will be good. Await, as this is an async task. What's a client's name? Underscore client. Okay. Client dot execute. Okay. What's the command? A command is pretty simple. Right up here. Pasting it. So execute can't be unconditionally. The receiver can be null. Mm, okay, well, let's think about it. Right. Yes. So it wants us to put a condition that if and only if the client is not met, we will be sending the command. So in that case, we will be putting a not null and it's just a simple exclamation mark. I hope it's right. And we will be returning. Sorry. Yes. Exact result. Sounds good. Okay, looks good. So I'm hoping it should be right because mm, there are no errors. But in case we run into an error later on in the session, I will be coming back and fixing it. So no need to worry if there's any problem with that. To do number 4. That makes a good developer, right? If you run into a problem, you go back and check if everything is all right and then try to fix it. So that's the to do number 4. Done. Now we go to the to do number 5. Now, as we have defined two functions in the SSH file, right? The first one was to connect the connect to LG function, using which we will be connecting to the client, which is a Liquid Galaxy Red. And the second function was to execute a command, right? So we will be, let's import it, SSH. Why is it not coming? Okay, it's in connections. So first we'll connections SSH. Yes, right. Import dart. All the other required packages are already imported. I mean dependencies, so you don't need to worry about it. So right here, as you can see, this is the settings page. Which page? The settings page. This page. This is the settings page. Okay. This is the main page or the input page, and this is the settings page where we will be configuring the client and its details. I mean configuration details. Yes. Okay. So to do number 5 is done. Now let's go up into to do number 6. Yes. Number 6. Initialize SSH instance. Okay. Let me just make it clear that all this is the UI code. Okay. If you want, you can go into it. If you are like, if you believe you will not be confused because of the code. Okay. But if you are confused from the code, then I would suggest not to dive into it. So to do number 6, initialize SSH instance and connect and call connect to LG function. Okay. Okay. Yes. So I have commented these lines. Okay. It's just a simple. I will explain these lines to you. Okay, and in uncommented in front of you. The reason I've commented these is because I don't want you to like keep on doing trial and error and run into a problem, because although you might be someone who is very well versed with Flutter, but there are also some beginners. So I don't want them to run into a problem. That's why I've commented some of the lines which are not very necessary, like respective to this session. Okay. So the first line is, we will simply be declaring the SSH instance. Oh, we are initializing it, right? We are declaring it and initializing it. Okay. Then the second line is, we are making a boolean variable result. Okay. And remember, the most important thing to remember here is that all of these tasks in which you are communicating with your Liquid Galaxy rig or your client need to be asynchronous. If not, your app can crash and malfunction, because it can just break your UI. For instance, like uh, I am hoping you know what is an asynchronous function. In simple words, asynchronous function is something that runs in the background and it won't break your UI. I mean, your user interface won't completely come to a complete stop. Just a second. Rechecking the stream. Yes. Okay. Yes. So your user interface won't come to a complete stop in that case. That's why you will be using asynchronous. It's very simple. Just before the curly brackets, you have to type in async, and wherever you're calling the asynchronous command, you have to put in await. Simple. In Flutter, this is simple. Okay. Yes. So we are putting a conditional here that if the result is true, I mean, if the connection is established, then we will be uh, converting this connection status variable into true. This is not now this part of the code. This part of the code completely depends on your UI whether you want this or not. Because see this variable right here. Okay, this is a set state, so you know that it is dealing with the UI. So this variable right here is inside this marker, flag, whatever you want to call it. So as soon as I yes, as soon as I turn this into true, it will become green connected. It will convert into green color and it will be a connected text there. Right. So 2 to 6 is done. Yes. Initialize SSH and execute the demo command and test. Okay. So the ones who are experienced with Flutter might be thinking, why are we initializing SSH again, right? Okay, so we will only be reinitializing SSH object, I mean, only in the settings page and only the first time, because I want everyone, even if you are a beginner, I want you to understand it. That's why we are again initializing it. And later on in the other file where we use the SSH functions or the that file of SSH, we will not be reinitializing it again and again. We will be using the same instance. All right. So we initialize it. Yes, it's mentioned clearly a reinitialization of the SSH instance to avoid errors for beginners. Yes. So this is we'll await for SSH connect to LG. Yes. Okay. So the code above, the code right here will connect to LG. Okay. This instance, SSH instance, will connect to LG, but there will be no communication as such. In this case, we are using another, let me clear that this is another instance. We will be using this instance not only to connect, but also to send a command. Okay. So the first function we use to connect to Liquid Galaxy. The second function, which is this function, we use to connect to Liquid Galaxy Ray as well as send a command. Now these two, okay, these two functions are different, and the SSH instances in those are different as well. Okay, so uh, are you understanding the concept? Mm, sorry, I'm in the wrong file or something. Okay, so okay, I think there is a bit of an error. So let me fix that. Okay. If you're watching the video, there is a bit of an error in the file. So whenever you if you are cloning it, just make sure that you fix it. This is not the send KML function. I may have confused it with some other function. It is the execute function. So just fix it. I will hopefully fix it today after the event. But if you are following along with me, then just fix it. And if not, actually, you know what? I'll try not to fix it so that you can fix it and you can learn some things on. No, just kidding. I'll fix it. Yes. You're a really nice developers. I don't need to teach you anything, to be honest. Yes. Yes. What's this doing is just executing the execute command. As simple as that. This is the to do number 7, right? Okay, let me just check if the function was wrong or the to do number is wrong. Uh, Send KML function is in other file, so yes, we are going right. Oh, there's an error. Let's see where's okay. No, there's not an error. Okay, so to do number 7 done. Hmm. Let's go to do number 8. We will be declaring. Oh, okay. As you have seen me, I have declared the SSH instance when I was writing the code for the function of this button. And you also saw me initializing the SSH instance, declaring and initializing it when I was doing this function. Now you might be thinking, why am I doing it all over again and initializing another, declaring another SSH instance? The reason is this flag. Okay. Now, what I the basic app which I have made, it's a Kiss app. To be honest, Kiss, keep it simple, stupid. It's um, it's basically a simple app. So I I want that whenever the user clicks on the settings button, I wanted to try and connect to the saved Liquid Galaxy client. Okay, so at that moment, it needs to be right here in the init state. There needs to be a function in the init state. That's why we are declaring it again. Okay, so we uncomment it. Okay, now you already know how to do that. So you simply have to uncomment it. Okay, uncommented, type in done. Okay, to do number 9. Initialize SSH instance. Okay, okay. Right here, we were declaring it. Right here, we are initializing it, and load the settings. Load the settings. It will. We are using shared preferences to save our configuration. The registers which are saved here. See, this is from the test which I earlier ran to test my application. So the data is all stored here, which it will be stored in shared preferences, right? I'm using shared preferences as a storage method. So your configuration details will be stored in the shared preferences, and the load settings method will be taking the data, the configuration settings from those shared preferences in order to connect with your Liquid Galaxy rig whenever you open the configuration page or the settings page. So this is not the one, this function connect to LG is not the one we are using in SSH LG. Remember, this is underscore connect to LG, this function right here. Okay, as I have not typed SSH dot connect to LG right here, that's why it's not an SSH function. I mean, not declared in the SSH file. This is a function right here. It's simply a function calling connect to Liquid Galaxy rig. Now you might be thinking, oh, what a bad coder you are. You cannot even write this code in the same init state and save some space. Well, it doesn't work that way. Okay, the init state function does not take asynchronous functions, asynchronous commands directly. Yes, just a second. Yes. So the init state function does not take asynchronous commands directly. That's why I had to make a connect to LG function right above it. Let's see. Yes, we are done. To do number 10 is also done. Let's go to do number 11. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Yes. Okay. So we are back into SSH, the SSH file. Okay, just wait a second. Now the to-do number is 11 is for all the other tasks. Let's try the first task, right? Now let's try these buttons. Then we'll go on and expand into other ones. Okay. So you have to put in the details. Yes, another important thing. Now you might be wondering, man, how will I get this IP address? Right? So in your virtual machine, what you will do is click Control plus Alt plus T. The terminal will open. Okay. Type in ifconfig. Okay. Go up. This is the IP. One in my case, it is 192.168.56.101. Okay. Very simple. Yes. So I've typed in the IP. I've typed in the username, which is LG, which you might have set when you were setting up your virtual machine. This is a password. In my case, it's also LG. SSH port. In most cases, as I said, it will be 22. But as we are taking in your input from the user, there is an input field, and we'll be putting in 22. In most cases, it will be 22, so you don't need to check it from somewhere or anything. Number of LG 3. It is the number of machines. Now, why do we need this variable, or why do we need the number of machines? If you are thinking that, like, why do we need the number of machines? Why do we need that variable? It's completely irrespective. Well, it's not. We need it we because we need to know what kind of content we want to show on which screens. Now there might be some contents, maybe some image, some overlay, or something which we might only want to show or display on a specific slave, like slave number 2, or on the on the rightmost part, or on the leftmost part. Like for example, when you will be making a project, there will always be a logo. In Liquid Galaxy, I'm talking specifically. In Liquid Galaxy, your project will have a logo which needs to be displayed on the leftmost part, okay, of your Liquid Galaxy system. The leftmost part will be a slave, so you need to know how to communicate with it. So in case if it is a three system slave, I mean three system Liquid Galaxy rig, then your slave will be the number of the slave will be different, right? And on the 5 system it will be different. So that's why you need to know the number. And let's take it. Yes, we have input the functions. Let's just reduce the size of it so that you can see the screen of the virtual machine. So this let's run a test. Yes, connect to LG. Let's just have a look at the terminal as well, because it's important. Yes. Let's see. Connect to LG. Okay, we'll go back. Okay. Yes, there's no error. Just connect to LG. I hope we have connected. Okay, we can even print if the we can also put in a print statement in the function if we want to check for debugging. And let's click on send command to LG. Let's see if it works. I hope it works, to be honest. Okay, it's not working. Let's see what has happened. Now, as our connect to LG is a different function and the execute is a different function, I mean, In the execute button also, we are connecting separately to the Liquid Galaxy rig, right? So we only need to check the execute function. uh, let's see, the post is right. Okay, you know what, uh, okay, just a second. You know what, um, maybe just let's not try to mess with it. What we will do is we'll simply follow this kind of methodology for a connection with Liquid Galaxy. This is the example file. Earlier we used the execute file to do it, but we'll be here. All right. So, see, like you, I'm also doing trial and error here. Okay. So don't be worried or anything. I'm trying to be a noob. Actually, I am a noob. I'm just trying to do what a beginner would do. Right now, I'm doing the same. Okay. So I copied this code. What we need to replace is the host underscore host, the port number, int dot pass dot underscore port. Right here, this is the client. Okay, we will not be declaring another client. We will be using the client which we declared right here. The username will be the username variable. We don't need all this drama right here. Simply we'll pass the password if it is asked. Yes, very simple. Yes. Okay. So we have, the only difference between the last one and this one is that we have declared the socket separately and then used it. This is each client. Okay. The connection I think should work well now. Okay. So just to be clear, I'll just print everything. I mean, whatever host and this we have connected. I mean, the variables. Let's host and IP. Doing the password. Mm, let's take in port. Yes, these are the things we need to know. Username. We don't need to know all the username and everything. Okay. Why am I using printing this after the connection? Because I want to know if this connection line has been executed or not. Right? And the same I'll be doing here. Okay. No, print some. What will you print? Just print. Okay. Execution. Okay. It's fun, right? Okay. Let's rerun it. Oh. Oh, I see. I see what the problem was. It was a very silly problem. I didn't run my application again. Very silly. How dumb can a person be? You see how dumb I am? See, it's connected. Yes, it's connected. It's connected. Yes. So the application is connected. We'll connect to the Liquid Galaxy, right? It should be connected now. Yes. And let's send a command. I hope it should work now, you know. Let's see. Let's check our logs. No worries. Command execute successfully. Okay, where is this coming from? Let's see. Mhm. Okay, it's coming from here. Okay. It is connected. So the command should be running properly. But I think there's a problem with the command or what? Let's check the command. I think it's a problem with the command. Oh, oh, okay. There's space here. Mhm. Yes, okay. Let's auto reload. Whoa, auto reload. Okay, let's try again. It should work now. I think the command is running as we are getting the print message here. I think the main problem is with the bash command right here, shell command. Now let's change this place. Let's try Spain. Okay, echo Spain into tmp/query dot txt. We'll check again. Declaring it, initializing it, awaiting the connect function. If yes, then we are going on with it. We are running an execute function and storing it in the exec result. If there is an SSH session, if it is not null, it will print command execute successfully. Right here, it is printing command execute successfully. So yes, a command is running. So the main problem is with the command. Now I get it. Okay. So maybe I should just rerun the entire application. Just a second. Let me just check the meet if everything is going fine and very best. Okay, did it run again? Mhm. Okay, yes. Yes. 192.168. Actually, the command is running, so I don't think there's a problem with the configuration. Connect to LG. I've connected to LG. Right. Connected to LG successfully. Send command to LG. Execution. Okay. But then why is it not moving? What? I'll relaunch it. I think it's a problem with the machine. I can never be wrong. Uh, okay. In the meantime, we'll go forward with other steps. Okay. Not to waste time. Till the machine restarts. I mean, till Liquid Galaxy restarts. Yes. We go to the to dos. We were on 7 is done. 8 is done. 10 is done. 11 is not done. Okay. So this is a task for you to make all the functions which are mentioned here. Just a second. Right here. Relaunch LG. Okay. The command is relaunch LG. It's really simple, like uh, I myself, right now, I have all the commands, right? But you, as a beginner, if you don't have any commands, then what would you do? So your steps would be like, mm, let's say, so I know a contributor. He's a very good contributor. He was with me. So his name is Prayag, right? So let's go to the GSOC website. I'm not using my code because my code was in Java. I did a Java project. That's why. So I'll go here. Okay. I'll go and search Liquid Galaxy, and all the projects will come here. Prayag, right? I'll view his code. I'll just restart the machine. Yes, I knew the problem was with the machine. My code can't be wrong, man. Hmm. Okay. Yes, yes, I use Kali. Don't tell anyone. Shh, don't tell anyone. Ah, yes. Mhm. So where is his code? Links here. Here is the source code. Okay. So what you would do is you will be like, this is the documentation. You will be searching for the commands which are like declared here. So as a beginner, you will try to search all those commands. Why? What are we searching for? Let me tell you. We are searching for the Linux commands like this one. We need to use to execute these commands, to relaunch the LG, to shut down the Liquid Galaxy, to clean KMLs, to reboot and send KMLs. So I would think, now I know where they are stored, but I would think that they will be stored in connections, or you can just go around and search. I don't have enough time to go around and search. That's why I'll go into KMLs connections, and it's stored here in SSH. Now, right here, there are commands. See, right here, this is a bash command, right? Shell command. What is this used for? It is used for initial connection. Yeah. If I see, this is such helpful code. I know it's a bit long and might be confusing for new eyes, but it's okay. Like, if you give it time, you'll understand what code is, what kind of shell command is used for what functions. Like, for example, I'll show you something. So this is an orbit function. So if you type in this command in tmp/query.txt, if you send the echo this command, the Liquid Galaxy link will start orbiting. Okay. So this is the command we were searching for, right? If there was an orbit button right here, you'll be using the execute command and typing in this command, right? It's very simple. See, you only need to go and try to search it. Okay, just a second. Oh, it's an internet problem. Okay. I hope the stream is running well. Let me just check. If it's an internet problem, then I think this the stream will also be facing an issue. I hope it's not. Okay, the stream is not facing an issue. It's an issue with our Liquid Galaxy rig as well. I'll see. You know what? I'll just Try to relaunch it again. Okay, let's just see if everything is all right with this guy right here. I don't know why this guy is giving me so many problems, man. It's connected to the NAT network, right? It's connected to the host. Yes. Mhm. I wonder why it is giving me so many problems, man. I'll just restart it. My internet is working just fine. I don't know. This virtual machine is giving me so many problems. I'll try to unconnect it from other device. Yes, so you got where to find the code, right? Now you have to write the code for all of these functions. But in my case, I already have them in myself. So I have them with me so that because I didn't want to waste time, right? I only have limited time, and we are already running late because of this stupid virtual machine. I'll just copy all this code, just paste it. Okay. Oh, now what's the issue with it, man? Oh, let's see. It's already defined. I see. Where is it defined, man? Okay, just above it. Okay. Okay, this is the send camel. Okay, so in this is basically an empty file, so we'll not be using. We'll be commenting it out. Yes, now we shouldn't have any errors. Right. Okay. Right on point. We'll run it again. Yes. Oh yes. There. Liquid Galaxy Rug is running. Okay, we'll stop it. I hope you know how to stop it. See, it's very this uncontrollable spinning of Liquid Galaxy. Okay. Yes. Now it should be connected. Okay, it's not connected. Let's try to connect it with them. Oh, it's connected. Let's see. Let's try to send the execute command to it. I know. Hopefully. Oh yes, yes, it's running. Okay, so it's showing Spain. Yes. Okay. So our first and the main task is completed. We have successfully connected to the client and also sent a demo command to it. Now the next step right here, see, we have so many commands. You have to type in those commands yourself. I'm telling you, please try to type in yourself, or you can find those commands from the web, or maybe if I get the permission to share some documents with you, I will share them with you. But try to search those commands and type in those commands. Make these functions by yourself. I already told you how to make these commands. See, uh, our very good contributor Prayag, who is mentoring this year, he has this project. He has all these commands. If not, there is also another Flutter project right here. Um, Mahinur's. You can check Mahinur's code. Okay, so it will be difficult to find her repository since she has it directly linked to GitHub.
Vedant,
Just a second. Yes, yes, Andrew.
I'm here.
Just a second. Yes. Oh,
Applause.
UIF. Hi.
Applause. You finally did it.
Finally trying. Okay,
I
yes.
think it was a matter of your Liquid Galaxy was not communicating for real.
Yes,
Because
actually, yes. I think I ran into a
please
problem, but no worries.
charge
It's
your
now sorted.
slides because we are seeing the screen, infinite screen.
Yes, yes.
So
Okay,
let
okay.
me let me make around again an applause. Yeah. It took you something like 20 minutes to connect.
Yes.
And
Actually, my liquid
another question that is very important. You just said that it's difficult to find the Maginor code, and that's true. And as we said, please move your pointer in the screen. Okay, thank you. So as you said, we have said in the last streaming, we didn't have the opportunity to fork the projects from the different contributors to our main Liquid Galaxy repository, but this will be done soon, and also because it's going to be done by you. so, so we will have those projects fork in our main repository to be for the people to be able to find it faster. So, what else is in your agenda? You still have many steps to do, or what?
No, some. How much time do we have? I'm sorry
No,
to
no.
interrupt.
You are at this moment. Again, for me, it's not a problem. I mean, I leave you whatever time you need. We are on 80 minutes now. 80. You
Okay,
get,
okay. So I will try to do it as fast as possible.
no, no, no. I'm not telling you to do the fast. You do whatever way you want. Just I'm telling you that you are 1 hour and 20 minutes. Okay. So
Okay, okay.
so I leave again the stage to you and you continue. Okay.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thanks to Andrew, he reminded me. I actually completely forgot that we are going to fork these repositories for you. Okay, and that's a very good news because now you can uh, search all the projects right here. You can go here, search for Liquid Galaxy GitHub. See, you can go right here, Liquid Galaxy Lab. Yes, yes. So you can go to the main Liquid Galaxy repository. So you'll not have to go to the GSOC website and find for someone's code. Okay. Now, in case you are doing it very early at this point where the stream is live, then of course you'll have to do it. But you can find all the code right here. Now, in our case, when I was a contributor, what I had to do was I had to go and search here because I was using older projects, but I don't know what has happened. But sometimes what will happen is if I did not suggest to refer to old projects. The reason is because sometimes the commands, the shell commands which we will be which the older projects are using, they will not work. I don't know why. Maybe it is an upgrade of commands, or I don't know what the reason is for it. But many commands, like for restarting your Liquid Galaxy rig and for rebooting your Liquid Galaxy rig, they won't work. And the contributors have faced this problem again and again. And even though I had a Java project, I was in touch with Flutter contributors, and I was because the shell commands were same, right? So I knew that they were facing these problems. That's why I'm telling you to refer to newer repositories. Okay. Otherwise, the coding practices all these projects have used is just amazing. If you want to find in other code, I mean, some functions won't work, but some of these projects are very amazing. So if you want to go, you can find Yash, mentor Yash's La Palma, right? It should be okay. LA. Okay, it's not here, I think. Yes. So Satnog's visualization, RAS, rainforest application, Steam. These all are really good applications for good coding practices or commands. But sometimes some commands won't work. That is a problem. So in that case, you'll have to come to the GSOC website, or if we have forked the newer projects by then, we will be providing you that code here right there and then as well. Yes. So the to do number 11 is right here. Okay. I've pasted all these functions. If you want, you can make them. Okay. And if I get the permission, I will send this file to you. So to do number 11 is done. Let's move forward with our event. Done. Okay. Let's go to do number 12. Now remember what we have done. We have made the functions for this input page. So if whenever we connect these functions which we have just which I have just pasted right now, and you will be making your own using the sources I just told you about, and when you link these functions to these buttons will be able to perform actions and send shell commands to the liquid galaxy rig. Okay, the shell command of the respective button, whatever you want the button to do. Yes, so to do number 11 is done. Let's go to do number 12. Right here, import the SSH file here. Yes, okay. To do number 12 also done. Let's go to do number 13. Initialize SSH instance just like you did in the settings page. Right now we are in the home screen. Okay, this is the home screen and this was the settings page. Okay, now as you can see, this flag here on the settings page is working, and the flag here on the uh, input page or main page, what is the file name, sorry, home screen, is not working. The reason is we haven't coded in the functionality. Now we will code the functionality right now. Okay, just uncomment the lines below. This time you use the same instance. As I told you earlier, we use different instances and we reinitialize the SSH instance again and again. But now we will be declaring it once, initializing it just once, and then using it again and again. Okay, so initialize it, declared it, I mean, initialized it, in state, connect to LG, uncommented it. Task number 13, done. Okay, yes. It's funny how I ran into a problem. You need to know that you don't have to panic because sometimes the system malfunctions and it might be a problem. It might be my internet problem or anything. You don't have to panic. It happens. It's technology. Yes. So we declared the object. We initialized it. So whenever the activity is initialized, we connect to Liquid Galaxy rig. The functionality for connect to Liquid Galaxy uncommented. So if the Liquid Galaxy rig is connected whenever the we have used it in its state. So whenever the init state function runs, whenever the screen is initialized, it will run and it will set the Boolean variable for connection status as positive. I mean true. Yes. Yes. To do number 13 done. To do number 14. Let's go. Yes. To do number 14. Okay, so this is the button we have right here named relaunch LG. What it will do is, as I told you, you remember when I was I was into the problem and I was trying to solve it. I was relaunching the Liquid Galaxy system again and again, right? So I opened the terminal using Control plus Alt plus T and then typed in LG dash relaunch. Do you remember? This is the same kind of thing. But see, let me just make it clear. Sometimes the commands which you use in the terminal directly won't function the same when you are sending them via SSH. There's a difference. So that's why the functionality of the relaunch function is same, but the command will be different. I'll show you. Okay, I'll show you. So we want to run the ssh dot relaunch lg function, right? See, if I click on it and I'll show you the command. See, this is the command which you will be running. You see the difference? Right here, it was just one line in the virtual machine if you are putting in the command directly using the terminal. But here, you will have to type in such a long code. Okay, you don't have to type in. I mean, you'll just have to copy and paste it from the earlier projects. But do you see the difference? That's the point. Okay, so sometimes it might. Okay, sometimes it might happen that the normal code is running, but for some functions like this one, now this is running a sudo, right? Big sudo function. You need privilege, so we are passing in a password as well. That's why this command is different. And sometimes even if you don't need privileges, those commands also function different. Okay. So wherever we were right here. Okay, I'll just close in some of the files. Let's close some of the files so that pop spec we need it, we kind of need it. Yes. Okay, yes, these are the files we will be working with, not so much with the main.bat, but it's okay. Yes. Yes, right here. Yes. So the relaunch functionality, we have ordered it. Okay, done. Mhm. To do number 14, done. Let's go to do number 15. Implement shutdown function. I love this. This is the easiest part of the meet. Just writing the functions. It just messes with your brain, when you ran into a problem on live stream. That's okay though. That was fun. Did you see how I handled it though? Mm-hmm. Just like a pro. I showed that I wasn't scared at all, but I was really scared at that point. But it's okay. It happens. Technical errors. Yes. To do number 7. Okay, done. Okay. I think there's a oh, we need to find to do number 17. Where is it? To do number 17, yes. Okay. So we have coded the functionalities for relaunch, for shutdown, for clean KML, for reboot also, I hope, and other functions. But this search KML, okay? Search. This is the same as the demo command we ran. We searched for Spain, right? Now let's search for. hmm, let's search for. um, this is the variable which we will be using in order to search the place. So let's say we will be India. Mhm. Okay, yes. Okay, okay. So to do number 17 done. Okay, to do number 18. We'll add that variable right here. Search place. Whoa. I think we ran into an error again. I hope this is not very. The value of type null can't be assigned to Value of type string in a const constructor. Okay. What if I make this const as well? I mean, then both will become constraint. Ah, yes. See, I'm so smart. No, I just read the instructions. Yes, not so smart. No, actually, I am. Just like beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Yes. To do number 18, done. Okay. Now to the button. Why is it written to the button there? Because if we add the variable right here, the place which we are going to search will display right here. You can see the flag is also working now because we coded the functionality for it in the init state method. Okay, we go in, we search. Okay, we implement the search. Please. Okay, wait. SSH dot search place and search place string. Okay, let me point something out like a normal coding practice. I mean, coding thing that you should not name a variable and I mean, never name two things the same. Never give two things or objects the same name. In my case, it is working and it is understandable that this is a variable and this is a function, right? And both are in different files as well. But I am using it here, so it should not be a problem. So right now, I don't want to fix it because it is very explanatory, but it's just I could have written here a search place function or search place. I could have written your search place name, right? But it is explanatory, so I'm not doing anything right here because I don't want to break things right in the middle of a stream. But you can play around with. Yes, done. To do number 19, done. To do number 20. Okay, just regular routine check whether the stream is running or not. Okay. Mhm. Just a second. Okay. Yes. Wait. SSH dot send KML. Yes. To do number 20 done. Okay. We are moving close to our target. To do number 20 done as well. Send KML. Okay. There's one thing you might be wondering, right? What is a KML, right? So for this, we'll go back into our presentation. Let's go back into it. Let's close all these slides. I don't want to put too much pressure on my computer because I'll be turning on other VMs as well, right? Let's check the meets. Okay, yes, meets. Okay, we are back into our presentation. Okay, so what is a KML? Let's see. So KML stands for Keyhole Markup Language. It's just like XML. Okay, it is coded in the format of an XML, but it is used I would not say exclusively, but mainly for Google Earth. It was developed for Google Earth, but I mean, it might be used for the geospatial technologies as well. I don't know, but uh, KML is used for it. So KML in using KML, we can use. I mean, a lot of data can be sent to Google Earth, right? So let's read it a bit. KML, it's a type of XML used to express geographic annotation, visualization, uh, within internet-based two-dimensional maps, 3D browsers, use with Google Earth, Keyhole Earth Viewer. It's yes, in simple terms, it's a way of describing information about geographical data like the position of buildings. Now, the position of buildings can be like the latitude, the longitude, latitude and longitude, right? And the shape of the mountain, the path of a road in a format that computers can understand and display on maps. It is used to pinpoint locations, draw lines, and shapes. Yes, I'll give you some examples. See, the KML documentation. This is the KML documentation right here. Okay. Now, let's say you as a beginner do not. I'll not click on the link. I'll just try to search it. KML documentation because you don't have access to the slides as yet, right? So yes, this is it. Yes. So it's the same basic information, basic KML documents. Uh, what I'll just show you an example of how a KML looks. This is how a basic KML looks, just like XML. See, the head tag, body tag, header tag, footer tag, right? Just the same way it's written, like in between the tags, right? The place mark tag, the name tag, description tag, point, KML. See, it's very simple, very, very simple. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. XML is different, and I was talking about HTML right now about the head and footer, right? Okay. So XML is completely different. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes. So so this is an XML file with KML. Yes, there's details, right? XML header. Yes, yes. Okay, so this is a basic file. Now there are data types. Of course, see, you can see this is geographical data as well. This is a name of place mark and coordinates, latitude and longitude. Right. Now you can display a lot of things. Sky data, photo overlays. Photo overlays are something just like this. So this is the Google Earth, and this is the Google Earth, and this is the photo overlay. Just a second. Yes. Basically an image, right? Okay. These are 3D models. Okay, so this is the documentation. I don't want to go into it. I'll just simply show you how you can make your own KML, right? So this I'll open Google Earth in web, and just to remind you that this is not like the complete depth. If you go into the depth of KMLs, it can be a lot of things, right? You can do a lot of things with KML. You can make 3D objects. You can make your edit customized or personalized place marks with maybe a picture of your face on it, or you can make overlays. You can display images, or you can show a place mark with an image. It's a lot of things you can do. Okay, so let's see right here. I'll add a place mark. I'm somewhere right here in Maharashtra. Okay, I'll save a local KML file right here. Okay, this is okay. And yes, so this is my place mark. This is the most basic type of KML you'll be using, but you can maybe mark a territory like right here. Maybe mark a territory here, and you can make a KML of that as well. If I click on save project, it will be saved. I'm not saving it right now to avoid any confusion. So I will export this as a KML file. It will be downloaded in my file system. I will go into the files and click on it. I already downloaded one file right here, just as a way to test but I will be opening it using Notepad so that you can see that this is also this a simple form of XML document or KML document which I showed you earlier on the KML documentation. Just a second, a routine check that the stream is still running. Mhm.
Of course, it's running.
Okay, okay, okay. Yes, I'm sorry.
You are
Yes.
not alone in the universe, man.
Okay. Let's continue.
But
So you can see this is a KML document. You can just simply copy and paste it. But right now, as of now, I won't be using the same document because see, this all looks very complex. Okay, and I don't want to run into errors in the middle of a live stream. See, so I have a document, a KML document already prepared. Let's see which one is it. So this is a send KML function, as I told you. So which KML will it be sending? I'll just go here. So this is the KML it will be sending. Okay. So it is a very simple logo which I used for my project back. I mean in GSOC 2023. So I use this logo to be displayed on the slave. Okay. So this is also a demonstration of displaying objects or I mean KMLs not only on your master but on your slave. This is the reason why we also require the number of rigs to as an input from the user. Okay. Because now you will need to know if the rig has 3 machines or 5 machines to display the logo on the right screen. Okay, so this is the KML, right? This is the reference to the logo which is saved on GitHub. It's a raw content. So this is it. Yes, you can have a look at it. It's not very complex. It is stored in fractions here. I mean, size. Yes. Let's go back to the home screen. Okay, to do number 20 done. I've also explained you about KMLs right here, right here. If you want to, you can go through with it again. The main thing is this documentation. Okay, and yes, this documentation you can like. Okay, just a second. You can use the documentation to go along with whatever you want or whatever you need. Like in my case, what I did was I made a list and displayed it on the uh, rightmost part of the Liquid Galaxy system, and the data to that list was being sent from my Android device. So it is really very customizable. And my friend Prayag, contributor Prayag, when he was a contributor, now he's a mentor. So what he did was he displayed a part of his Android device. I mean the complete UI with all the coloring, just like it was in his Android device, into an overlay, into an image overlay on the rightmost part of his screen. So it really is. I mean, the world is your oyster. You can try anything you want using the documentation, right? Okay. Uh, so let's go forward with it. So to do number 20 done. Let's open the to do tabs. Yes, let's go to do number 1. We'll implement await ssh dot reboot lg function. Done. To do number 21 done. We are coming closer to our target. Now, soon enough, or the only step which will be remaining will be the testing part. Soon enough, we are getting there. Okay, I think, okay, yes. So this is the last step. And now to do number 21 is the last. So the only part which is remaining right now is the testing part. So I will run it because the last time the mistake I did was I didn't run my application. Now this time I'll run. Okay, never repeat your mistake. Yes, so I am here. Now this time what we'll do is You know what? I want to try it with all of my three virtual machines. Let's try putting some weight, I mean, some pressure on my Liquid Galaxy system. Uh, let's just test it with only the master for some time. Okay, yes, it's working. Okay, let's disturb it a little, disturb the master machine, and then try to go back to Spain again. Okay, thankfully it is working. Okay, we'll go back to the home screen. You can see it is connected. The flag is working just fine. Okay, now I will turn on the slaves as well. This is the testing phase, so we need to go foolproof with it. I will reduce the size of the emulator. That's fine. And I mean, till the virtual machines are starting up, let me just make it clear that whenever, I mean, hopefully you'll be a contributor next year, and whenever there will be a testing phase, always make sure, of course, I understand that your systems might not be able to take a lot of load and you cannot run all of those applications like the virtual machines and the emulator and your ID all at the same time. But whenever you are testing, you need to have tests on all the slaves altogether, right? And because that also is not enough, because your code needs to be run on a virtual machine, I mean a Liquid Galaxy rig with three units or 5 units or even more than that. So you need to be thoroughly testing your application with every commit you make or every push you make. Okay, I'll just relaunch it. Just to make sure about the configuration, tell you you need at least 8 GB of RAM, and it will still be a little bit laggy, because of course it is computationally expensive, because we are talking about virtual machines here. So yes, it is computationally expensive. So it's better if you have more of it. In my case, I have right now 24 GB of RAM. But when I was a contributor back in 2023 GSOC, I had 8 GB of RAM, and it was working just fine. So I was doing good with it. But if you have any less than that, I think that it'll be a problem. But you can try it, of course, or you can upgrade your RAM. All right. Okay. So we'll try these functions. The first one is relaunch LG. Let's click on it. Okay. Yes, it's relaunching. Okay. Perfect. The relaunch function is working just fine. Let's just wait for it to relaunch. Okay. Oh, unfortunately, we'll have to stop this uncontrollable spinning again. I hope when we launch the system on Ubuntu, the latest Ubuntu later on, this won't be a problem. If any of you are good with Bash Linux, then please apply for their project. It will be a real fun project. Yes. So the relaunch function is just working fine. We have the shutdown function, but we won't be using it right now as of now. And we can clean the KML right now, but as we haven't sent any KML, we can't clean anything. We have the reboot function, which we don't want to use right now. We will be using it again. Let's go to the search button. Okay, so the search button is working just fine. Now we'll try to send the KML. Okay, I've clicked on it. Sometimes it so happens that you will have to refresh your screen. So there is a function of your refresh screen. Okay, so the logo is being sent, but the reason it is not showing up right now is because with logos, sometimes it happens that you have to refresh your screen. So there is a code for that as well. Not I don't have it. I don't have it with me right now, but you can go and find it in Mahinur's repository and Prayag's repository. These two I know of, but any of the GSOC 2023 contributors, you can try and find it, because I don't think the refresh function is in the earlier ones. Maybe in Mentor Yash's project you can find it. But for the earlier versions of Flutter projects, I don't think there is a refresh button because the logo used to appear instantly. So right now we'll try to reboot. Okay, so the reboot is working. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, I think there's something we need to explore here. Number. Yes, yes, it should. Okay, so it has rebooted. I thought it was running only on the master machine, but now that I saw the for loop, it's working on all three. And look, we have our lovely logo. Okay, so this button is also working fine. Okay, it's on the leftmost part. One more thing I want to make it clear to y'all, that to display it on the leftmost part, I tried and experimented it with it a bit. So I have tried to display the logo on slave number 3. Now it might so happen in a 3-screen Liquid Galaxy rig or system. This is referred to as slave 1, slave 2, slave 3. Right. Ideally, it should be slave 1 and slave 2, and this should be a master. But sometimes, maybe some screw up happens in the system itself, or something, that sometimes it works that the slave 1 is this and slave 2 is this, or sometimes maybe the assigning of the naming or something is off, then this becomes slave number 2 and this becomes slave number 3. Okay, so there is a, you can really test and find it out on your own. I found it out on my own as well. I tried to test it. I even displayed the logo on the rightmost part, which I didn't want to, but yes, if you can do it all by trial and error. Yes, so the logo is being displayed. Now we'll try to clean the KML. Let's go. Okay. Okay, the transport is closed. Let's see. Oh, yes, because we restarted the system, the transport is closed. So we'll connect with LG again. Okay, we'll go back. We'll clean KML. Okay, command successfully sent. Okay. In this, what did you do while sending a KML? You simply sent the KML file, right? Now this can be packaged into a legit file. and also be sent and saved into the Liquid Galaxy system. We are not doing it right now. We are just echoing it, but you can do it that way as well. And in clear KML, what you are doing, you are simply echoing an empty string. Right here, you can see it's empty. This string is empty. You are simply echoing an empty string into the same file. It's very simple. So clear KML we have ran. Again, the logo will not go off instantly unless you have the set refresh on the set refresh function or the refresh function, which like refreshes your screen or the slave every 2 or 3 seconds, depending on the duration or time which you have set. Right. So that function is there. As I told you, you can go check in someone's repository who has good code. And I already told you, like, to be honest, every one of our contributors earlier has good code, but there might be that some functions are not there, like the refresh function. So I would suggest that you refer to the more recent projects and not older project, because the refresh function might not be there. Now, for other functions, yes, you can refer the older repositories as well. Okay, so relaunch function, we have. Let's relaunch it again to check if the clear KML function is working. One last time, then we will be running the shutdown LG button. Uh, I mean, clicking on it and running the shutdown LG command, and then hopefully it will be running and feel end the event. It was a fun event, to be honest. I was really scared at times though. It's sometimes I become very nervous when I come on stage. But thanks to Andrew, he calmed me down a bit before the meet. Okay, yes. So the clear KML thankfully is working now. Okay. So we will shut down the Liquid Galaxy system. Okay, we'll shut down this, shut down. Okay, just quickly shut down everything, shut down everything. I don't need to do this, it will shut down on by itself. But I'm doing this so that I can reduce the load on my system. I'll shut down this as well. I'll shut this down as well. Let me tell you that I will be. Thankfully, there were no errors with the project. Only one a little thing which you need to do. But yes. So please tell me after this in the Q&A or something whether I should upload the entire code. I mean, with all the to-dos done or not. Because I think I should not. Because then you will get a chance to learn. But if I upload the entire code, then it will be a like problem for you, so that you will not be able to learn and follow the to-dos. So just tell me in the Q&A session which is right now. Hi Andrew, are you there? Hello?
Do you think I'm disappeared?
Yes, because your camera is not on. I'm not able to see you.
Because the stage is yours, so please go back to the slides, to the mic. Thank you.
Oh, yes.
Maybe
Oh,
you can
okay.
write here your whatever point of contact.
Yes. Just a sec. Okay. So point of contact, should I open Discord to answer the questions directly? Where are we
No, I was
taking the
meaning that
questions?
as you have end your presentation, it's nice to say to the people, you can contact me on this way.
Oh,
Just if you want to write your
yes.
Discord name or
Yes.
Twitter address or whatever. But the point is that we are now going to the. I'm here. We are now going to the Discord, and let's see if we have some questions, because I haven't seen anyone, but we hope people will make these questions now. Let's gonna see Amit is writing something. Let's gonna wait for.
Yes, sure.
So in between in the middle, people writes their questions. I want to ask you a question, Vedant.
Yes, sure,
So
sure.
so this is gonna be a complicated question, not related to our thing today. So Amit and Atarva are sending you thank you, but are not sending you questions. Let me ask you a question. In India, you have many goods and goodness, I think. Gods,
Goods,
gods, gods, gods.
gods. Yes, yes, we do have many gods.
You have many.
Yes,
I say goods because I pronounce it badly. But gods, sorry, gods and
yes.
godness, goddess. What's to pronounce the name of the feminine,
Female,
female are
goddess,
goddess,
goddess.
goddess, goddess. So thank you, Jayvardhan, also for the saying thank you. So the point is that we will wait a minute if there is any question. But so you are you personally, and if we say this, I hope do not disturb to other colleagues of you. It's just simply a matter of doing a little time. You send me two gods or godness. What are those?
Okay, so just to bring everyone in the context, I sent Andrew a parcel. It was some pens, which Andrew is
Who's
very
that guy?
enthusiastic of.
Who's that
Yes,
one?
uh, and the I also sent him two statues, like little statues of Lord Ganesha, as every one of you know, and Lord Shiva. So
Shiva?
Lord Shiva,
Shiva?
yes,
Shiva?
yes, the one which you also have a pen of. You
Yeah,
also
yeah.
have one pen of Shiva, and you have a
Sure.
statue of Shiva. Yes.
I,
So
it will take me a
he,
minute to get the pen because I have money.
yes,
You
yeah,
can continue. So,
yes. So Shiva and Ganesha, these are very related gods because Shiva is the father of Ganesha.
ah, I
Yes,
didn't know that.
yes.
So,
So
lots of
and
family.
there is a story that Shiva himself, because you might be seeing that Ganesha has an elephant's head.
Yeah.
So the reason he has an elephant head is once when Shiva got very angry on him,
Ooh.
he cut his head, like and then another elephant's head was, like, installed on him, or maybe placed on his head, on his
Uh-huh.
body.
Wow.
There is a story behind it, yes.
Oh,
And
nice.
the reason I sent you Ganesha was because he is a god of, like, uh, good beginnings. So I want you to start everything and with a on a good note, and it should be a good beginning. That's the reason I sent you Ganesha. And
Okay.
Shiva is like, yes,
So,
continue,
Berisha
continue.
helped you today on doing the streaming. It took you 20 minutes to connect, but finally you succeed.
Yes,
What else?
yes, and yes, that's about. And
Okay.
yes, the thing I like very much about Shiva is because he is like a very, like, I find him very cool because he is like, he has a very dangerous anger, or something you can say. He is like the god of destruction, and it makes him like it gives a very superhero feel to him, and that's why I love him.
Amit is saying
And
that if I
my
am really, if I is asking about if I am really on the space. Of course not, man. This is a mid
yeah,
background. It is nice, but when I move, you can see that it is a very well done skin. So, I think nobody's gonna make questions. I understand it's something like 11:10 in the night here.
yes, 11:40. So
For
20 minutes just before midnight. Everyone might be sleeping.
11:40 now.
Yes, 11:40
Wow.
p.m. 20 minutes till the
Okay,
next day.
okay, I was wrong. So I think that if there is not going to be any question, it is time to close because we've been now on the streaming for 2 hours and 7 minutes, and that's a little bit too much. So, but I understand your session. Your session has been nice, and thank you very much for doing it, Vedant. And please tell the other contributors how they can find you on Discord if they have any question.
Yes. So hello all the contributors and audience who are watching this. So uh, thank you for watching this session. It was very warm for me. And you can find me on Discord. My username is Vedant underscore Stone, Vedant underscore Stone. And like you can message me, like DM me directly, but I prefer that you use the community channel so that the questions you have, it might be that the other contributors might be having the same question, so I can address you all there publicly, and it would be the better approach. And even after this session ends, if you get some questions which are to be answered, you can even post those questions after the event is over and I will answer them.
Perfect. That's the way. Make it public, make it open is the way we work. So again, Vedant, thank you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the session, and let's stay in touch, okay? Bye bye. See
Yes.
you. Bye bye.
Bye. See you.